What's up, how y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. You guys already know we've been doing a lot of 240 stuff. It's time, as promised, to get this back on the road. So as you guys knew, if you're new to the channel and don't know, and all the ones that do know, we have this nice 5.3 liter Gen 3 LS motor right here. And we obviously have the Trigga spec single turbo kit for it, Trigga spec coil lines, everything. A lot of this stuff is all custom from me. But yeah, now it's time to go ahead and throw this in the car. And you guys already know we're utilizing the Z32 transmission from a 300ZX NA model, or you could use a twin turbo. So yeah, there's a lot of other options obviously to do this. You could use like a T56 for example, or etc. I went this route just because this trans was cheap. I think I got it for like $350 or $400, and it's very nice. But yeah, I've been refreshing this pretty much. As you guys can see, we took the internal cover off. I checked out the bearings, checked out everything, no weird shaft play, nothing, everything sounds good. So alright guys, I'm gonna interrupt today's video from our sponsor, CarPod Pro 991 GT. So as you guys can see by the photo, this is a display that you can attach in your car. So if you have an older gen car that doesn't come with a display for it, you can get yourself one of these in order to be able to use them. But they sent me one of these, so it comes with CarPlay, Android Auto, voice control, all the goodies that you get. So we're gonna unbox it right now, show you guys what came in it. First, you have this nice tablet display, which also comes with a dash cam on the back, which is very nice. So you get yourself one of these, and then inside here, instructions, your charger port, I believe is a Type-C, yep. Rear view camera, dash mount, comes with the tape, and then your window mount as well, with an auxiliary cord. So now we're gonna show you guys how to throw this in the car and how it looks. Alright, so I plugged this system in just so we have it, so you guys can see CarPlay, Android Auto, all the goodies. And then it also has the dash cam feature. You guys can see our Mentos bag right here, which is very nice. So now I was gonna throw this in the car, show you guys, hook up the phone. So you're gonna need to grab your charger. We have one in the car already, Type-C, so we're not gonna be utilizing this. And I don't wanna mount it to the dash. We're just gonna go ahead and use the suction cup style to do it to the dash. So we came here on this Hyundai. We got this mounted up right there to the dash, nice and set up. My dad is gonna utilize this setup. Say what's up.
What's up? How are you? I'm happy.
All right, so go ahead, turn it on. So we just got it plugged up, normal Type-C, to our system right here. So as you guys saw, we have the dash cam as well behind it. So you can mount this different ways if you like, but first we have our dash cam. So if you guys look right there, very nice. We have that, and then his phone is connected, so automatically connect to Android Auto here shortly. So just like that, we are in Android Auto, GPS showing where we are. Perfect, very nice. This thing's awesome. All you guys who have a car who doesn't have a professional dash, like many of my cars from the 80s and 90s, this setup will work very good for you. Thank you 991 GT for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. Yep, went ahead and got the cover cleaned fully, painted it so it looks nice, because it was very old looking. And I went ahead and ordered some other stuff too, normal maintenance stuff you guys probably want to do. But we got the Nissan metal gasket, because this originally had the paper gasket, which is horrible to clean. But we got the metal gasket. We got a new sleeve for the throwout bearing, new throwout bearing. The pinion ball that's in here, we got like a, I don't know what this is, like chromoly or something. And then, geez, this plane. And then for the fork as well, I went ahead and got this upgraded fork. I think these are what comes in a 350Z DE. And compared to stock, you guys can see it's much different. Throwout bearing, this one's much beefier. Nice little boot too. I got all this stuff too from Z1. They had it in stock, easy to get. You could obviously get a lot of this from Nissan, I imagine too. That's the part number for the sleeve. That's the part number for this piece. The coil bearing, it's the part number for the bearing. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna go ahead and begin doing this. So I need to install this first with the gasket. There's a procedure to do it that you have to do correctly so it doesn't leak. This is a good time if your O-ring seal right there is bad, you want to go ahead and replace it. Mine is good, but I need to install this first with the gasket. Then I can't install anything else because I need to go ahead and shave down this area to clear our new setup. I went ahead with the LOJ swap kit. You guys will see more video stuff about it, but pretty much the whole setup: engine, transmission, oil pan, adapter plate, flywheel, everything to be able to bolt this to this guy. So yeah, first gonna do this, shave that down, then we'll go ahead and continue with installing the fork, the bearing, and our bracket assembly, so we're ready to begin installing this to the motor. All right, so when I took the trans off, I went ahead and took a piece of cardboard like this, and I wrote top of the trans cover, and I pretty much just the way kind of the bolts are, I went ahead and put it in here, because if you guys can see, there is a few different length bolts. Now we're gonna install this. So obviously in here, you're gonna wanna clean all the gasket surfaces. It was a pain in the ass to do, but you're gonna wanna do it. And then same thing with this, you're gonna wanna clean all the gasket surfaces, make sure it's nice and clean. Change your bearing seal if you need to. This is a good time. We're gonna replace this, but we'll replace it when this is in the trans, because right now it's hard to take it off. But pretty much, we're gonna take our gasket right here with paper towels, clean off this area, clean this area, and then go ahead and take some RTV gasket maker right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some on the surface of this, very little amount. Apply the gasket and then put a little bit behind it, so when we line it up in here, it also seals in there. Not too much, you don't need much at all actually, you just want to use it. And then we're also gonna need a silicone, I believe, these three bottom bolts at the bottom, which I'll show you guys how to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me get this prepped and thrown in, and then we'll talk more when this is done. All right, you're gonna want to put a bead like this on the outside of the bolts. Next, you're gonna align the gasket with it, and the reason I put RTV on the outside was, you guys can see there's that crush groove, so you just want silicone to cover the outside. So now that this is on, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bolts, put them through, and all the holes are aligned, and start bolting it up. You can add some RTV on the back of this as well. Not needed, but you can if you want to. Alright guys, so I've hand threaded all these. I put a little bit of gasket on the back of the metal gasket as well, but these three bolts, this 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom right here, in the assembly, if you look at it, it has a little picture of this little thing right here. It says thread, and you guys saw the three bolts that we had to RTV, and you guys can see the RTV a little bit on the corners coming out perfect, just the way we wanted it to. And the reason I RTV'd the outside is because I wanted to come out this way, not go in there. But yeah, everything looks good. I went ahead and torqued everything to 12 foot-pounds. That's just hand, that's like wrench tight. The factory calls for 12 then to 15. RTV that we used, it calls for 1 hour of wait time for it to cure, then torque the spec. So I put it to 12, then we're gonna go ahead in an hour and put it to 15. But everything works. Shaft pin's good, no weird noises. Everything's looking good. It looks very nice. So let's wait an hour, torque it to 15 foot-pounds as it says right here, and then that's that. Then we can begin the shaving process. All right guys, so it's been an hour now that it's tight, so I went ahead and put my torque wrench to 15 foot-pounds, and we're gonna begin. So now we've done the final torque spec, everything looks good. Go ahead and spin the shaft, no weird noises. Next we gotta do this chromoly ball, and then we gotta do the shaving. But yeah, so for the chromoly ball, it was just a size 17. Just go ahead and crack it out, and you guys can see this is the area for it. And now we can go ahead and take our new ball and install that. Probably want to put some NTCs on the back, and then you gotta torque this first to 23 foot-pounds, then to 31 foot-pounds. Alright, so it's the next day. Front of the trans is cured, everything is good. So now we have begun on the shifter assembly for the LOJ conversion for the short shift linkage kit. Very nice, comes with all those nice instructions. But pretty much, as I was reading through all of this, pretty much says you need to begin, but the first steps are pretty much with grip wrenches or pliers. You're gonna need to get the linkage assembly and bend it. So I already did this off camera because I wanted to make sure I do it right so I can show you guys. But pretty much, as you can see, this, there's these caps on it. You see this cap right here that can slide off. I'm not gonna slide it off. This side did slide off, but this cap looks like this guy right here in this scenario. So I went ahead and put an ear plug in it. The needle bearings that are inside this in the LOJ kit, it says if you do lose them, Nissan doesn't sell them separately, so don't lose it. Obviously, if you do take the cap off like it shows right here, one side will come off with it. It suggests that you put it in vice grips and do the same thing you were doing here. But pretty much, yeah, as you guys saw, I had the pry bar and my wrenches, I went ahead and pretty much bent the assembly in order to get it out. So one cap remained on, one cap came off. Now I'm gonna throw this on the vice grip, do the same thing to take this cap off. Then we're gonna really reinstall the cap back on. Then we can go ahead and install the short linkage assembly, short shifter mount bracket, and it will be set to go. But yeah, let's do that right now. All right guys, huge apologies. When I was filming this, some part of the video got corrupted. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it did not allow me to show you guys when it was outside of the car on how the transmission was. So obviously we covered up the car so you guys still get the surprise video of the engine going in, but now I'm going to show you guys the end of how the trans should look and how it should be mounted. So we have the trans in the car now with the engine. Here was the final result. So what you're gonna do, I'll go under and show you guys, but this is how it looks inside the car for all you guys curious. With our Megan Racing shifter, everything looks good, works good. I'm very happy with the result. LOJ really killed it on this one. Clearancing was very nice too. I didn't even have to cut the tunnel or anything. This lip right here, I did bend a little bit backwards to give me more clearancing for the nut right there so I could tighten it, but the rest, very simple, very easy to do. Now that we're underneath the car, I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. After we were talking about, you remove these pin right here in the middle where it has the needle bearings inside of it. Don't lose those bearings. You're gonna want to put this now on each side of it right there, and then there's two Allen bolts, one on this side and one on this side. You're gonna start tightening them. Make sure this sits flush with each other so it does not move or change positions. You want it to be tight, and then once it's tight, one more snug and that's it. You don't need to go crazy. Then you come to your shifter. So if you're gonna use your stock shifter, then you're fine. In this case for me, I obviously use the Megan Racing short shifter, and it comes in new bushings which you're gonna press on. They're two pieces, they just go in. The hardware for my shifter or from OEM never came with any, so I just went ahead and got some grade 10.9 zinc plated hardware. So we got the bolt washer, spring washer, and a lock nut gel style, and that's pretty much it. For this bracket too, when you guys want to install this, I use different hardware. The hardware LOJ provided me was nice, but I ended up actually damaging one of them just because of how it was seated, so it wasn't really nice. But I just used some normal stainless steel hardware on it. This is better to do outside of the car rather to try to doing it when it's inside of the car. It is a little bit of a pain. Not that it's not doable, I did it, no problem, but yeah, just that's how it should look. And yeah, this kit's very nice, fits very nice, everything looks good. And sneak peek of our trans and everything else in the car. This is already topped up with fluid too. Everything is good, so I'm very happy with how this came out. But thank you LOJ for this awesome product, awesome fitment. I highly recommend this to any of you guys who are trying to do this. 100% recommended. Like, look at it, the clearancing is so good. These are our harnesses for our neutral switch, reverse switch, and then our speedo or whatever thing. Everything is just good, no clearancing issues. And I didn't even have to beat the transmission tunnel, so it's a plus. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next part of this series. As I said, everything's in already, so we're moving pretty fast on it.